Da, 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 da. What is up, people? Oh my god. there's a a new Star Wars film. It's out and about. It's here. It's here. Well, then again, if you're watching this on December 16th, you still got like a day to wait. If you're waiting until the 18th, then you got 2 days to wait. In my case, I gotta gloat. I gotta, tell you something that'll make you hate me. I got to watch it 2 days early. I was able to go to Walt Disney Studios and I watched it at a press screening early in the morning, Tuesday on December 15th. I was walking around happy as can be because I saw Star Wars The Force Awakens. So, not trying to throw it in anybody's face, but I'm just like so thrilled that I had that chance, that I was able to see it just a couple of days early. It means a lot as a hardcore Star Wars fan. As you can see, I got my little Star Wars figurines in the background. I love Star Wars with all my heart. But anyway, just to, show you proof that I went to Walt Disney Studios. Yeah. Mickey Mouse. See Mickey Mouse? Anyway. Star Wars The Force Awakens. This will be a complete non-spoiler review. I might make more videos on this film. I hope I can see it in IMAX. But for now, let me just give you a quick non-spoiler review. Because the truth is, you just want to know, is this good? Is this everything that we've been waiting for? Is this everything that we have hoped for? Is this everything that George Lucas couldn't do on his own, so he had to sell the rights to Disney, and they had to hire J.J. Abrams, and they had to completely redo, well, not redo everything, but they had to make it all better? I'm telling you right now, yes, this is the movie that us fans wanted. This is the one that we deserved. The prequels happened. I'm sorry to say that they happened. They're in the record books. Love them or hate them or feel, indifferent towards them. I personally like them, especially Revenge of the Sith. Don't deny it. That's a good movie. But they happened. Now, unfortunately, they're there, but we now have a wonderful installment directed by J.J. Abrams and released by Disney. Star Wars The Force Awakens is an outstanding Star Wars movie. Now, before yes, I'm saying it as a fan, of course, but before I completely, get your hopes up, I do want to say that there are some issues with the film. Not enough to make you say, I don't want to watch it. Not enough to make you, not enough for it to sting in your body and soul. I promise you, you go see this movie, you're going to be happy. You're going to be thrilled. If you're a fan, there's nothing to really make you hate life after watching this film. But there are issues, and I'm just going to briefly go over them. One is, there's a lot of conveniences in the film. There's a lot of fan service that is fun, but as a storytelling aspect, it's kind of flawed. Let's be honest. There's certain revelations that aren't exactly surprising. They're not exactly like if you know Star Wars, if you've seen Star Wars enough, you know really that you kind of know what to expect. But in a way, it's kind of what you want, and that's what this movie did for me. It wasn't necessarily surprising, but it did give me what I wanted. It went in directions that I wanted it to go in. Now, some of the new characters are great, and some of them aren't so great. I'm gonna start with the ones that are not so great. I'm gonna get the painful, I'm gonna get the, because it pains me to have to mention flaws in a Star Wars film, especially one that is supposed to be a great big deal, and it is. But anyway, Kylo Ren, played by Adam Driver, is the biggest disappointment of this movie. Here you have this badass villain, this villain that should be just a force to reckon with, and he's got the look down, he's cool, he's exciting to look at, but once you see how flawed he is, he's not a very threatening villain, you know. Adam Driver honestly just was not the right pick for this guy, and I wanted him to be. I wanted him to play against type. Not to sound like a dick, but Adam Driver looks like kind of like a geek going to a Star Wars convention, dressed up in a really awesome costume, but he's just a fan. Unfortunately, he is the character. He's the man playing the character. And it's just not the right fit, especially because as the story goes on, you learn more about his past, then it even becomes less believable. But the worst thing on the whole aspect is he throws hissy fits. Like Vader, when he got mad, he just like crushed something with his mind, you know? He force choked a some witch. Force choked a some witch, how can I say it? Adam Driver throws shit around. So, just it's kinda corny. So that's the biggest disappointment with that. Now Oscar Isaac as Poe Dameron, his name is Poe. Awesome character. He's this courageous pilot. He fights for the resistance, and I love this character. I thought his character was terrific, and I liked him from the start. He reminds me of a young Han Solo. Unfortunately, he doesn't have as much screen time as he deserves. Since the focus is mostly on Rey and Finn, Poe just kind of comes in, swoops in. He's the hero here and there. He's awesome, but he's just not in the movie enough, in my opinion. And Oscar Isaac played his character so well. I really love the character, and I hope that he shines more in the upcoming episodes. And then of course you have Finn, played by John Boyega, and he did a great job playing the character. He was exciting to watch. He was fun to watch. Be it he's a little over the top. He's over the top at times. He's kind of like, he has a very like on the man kind of complex, I'm surprised he didn't go around and say I'm the man. But at the same time, it's not annoying per se. It's more like just he's happy to be there. He's reluctant. He's a reluctant hero. He wants to do the right thing. He cheers when he does something right, or when his team does something, right. When they have a victory. So it's all good. I mean, he did a great job. I like the character a lot, but he's just a little over the top, just a little bit. Rey, played by Daisy Ridley. No complaints there. I love that character. I guess I have a new crush because this actress is awesome. She played her character so well. She just brought the best out of everybody. Anyone she worked with, just they shine because of her. She's such a courageous character, such an awesome female character. Definitely anyone looking for a movie with female empowerment, here's another good example of how you can have a great female action lead. And she has a very interesting story, a very interesting story arc, and I just cannot wait to see where her character goes from here. But in this movie, she's outstanding. I really do adore this character right now. Now we come to the man, the myth, the legend, we come to Han Solo, Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford throughout the years has kind of let out this persona that he really does not like being part of Star Wars. I hope that this movie kind of made him proud to be part of it, because he has a great story in this film. He's really a major part of the series, this film. He's always been a fan favorite, but in this film, he's just got a profound arc, and his rapport with Daisy Ridley is outstanding. And overall, it looks like he's having some fun. Like, it looks like he's enjoying himself as the character now. Like, he knows that J.J. Abrams respects the character and wants to do right by him. So I feel that while Harrison Ford will always come off as this angry prick, I think he's actually happy with where this character goes. Now BB-8, the little robot, so cute. Let's be honest, really cute little creature. It's gonna sell a lot of toys, but the most surprising aspect is the fact that it's useful. It's not just a silly, senseless sidekick. Speaking of sidekicks, Chewbacca, awesome. So great to see Chewbacca back in action, and he's got a lot of funny moments too. But anyway, back to BB-8. BB-8 actually is useful to the story. It's a major plot device in the film, and I'm happy that it's not just some cutesy-wootsy character created by Disney. No, they gave this little droid a purpose. Now, as for, the older characters, in all honesty, the focus is more on the newer characters, and that's good. We want to see the story advance. Now, you do get, the older characters. You get General Leia, which was Carrie Fisher. I guess she's happy to be in this movie. She's not in the movie all that much, to be honest. I don't think you really expected that. But I gotta tell you, the scenes with her and Han are they're very emotional, but in a very subtle way. In many cases, it's just them looking at each other and saying a few words, but because of the nostalgia factor, it's very effective. Unfortunately, if you don't have that nostalgia factor, you're not gonna care, to be in all honesty. But if you're going to see this movie, you have to be a fan of Star Wars in some capacity. Let's see what else. Technically, the movie is outstanding. The visual effects are so spectacular. It's an awesome blend of CGI and practical effects. I mean, it really, in some cases, you can't tell. I couldn't tell the difference. And I'd be really surprised if some of the aerial scenes were using models, because some of them looked real. Though it would be easier to just do it CGI entirely, but it just looks so great that you can't really tell. And of course, the John Williams score once again is outstanding. It's John Williams in a Star Wars movie. It set the standard for scores in films. But what I liked was it kind of had a modern take along with traditional John Williams score for a Star Wars film. And if you've seen other J.J. Abrams films, there's a particular kind of score it has. It's a very robust, up-tempo, I don't know, I'm not very good at describing music, but there's a certain riff to it, dun 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 dun. Every one of his films has that, and they were able to seamlessly blend the usual score that he uses into the Star Wars film. So it's got a very cool mix of traditional Star Wars scoring and, J.J. Abrams scores. The movie has a lot of humor, as I mentioned, with Chewbacca. There's a lot of subtlety in the film, as well as, stuff that's in your face. I mean, there are some things I was disappointed with that I'm not going to mention, because I don't want to spoil nothing. I will say that there are characters that I wish were really developed or actually did something. So you do have some issues with some characters. But other than that, I couldn't be more satisfied. And the fact that I really can't wait to see it again, it's a success. When I can look at the flaws and mention them, that's kind of what I have to do. I have to be more critical. I wrote a review for this film on Real Film. So, I gotta try to be critical in some aspect. But I gotta tell you, as a fan, I am satisfied. When I go watch the movie again, I'm not gonna really even think about the flaws, to be honest. Except for Kylo Ren. His flaws are too significant to ignore, and I think that anyone that goes to see the movie might agree. He's not a very strong villain. The concept of his villainy is very intriguing, but the execution of it, not so much. This movie has it all if you're a Star Wars fan, and I couldn't be more thrilled with how it came out. J.J. Abrams, obviously you're not watching this video, but I can't thank you enough. I'm just really thrilled with what I saw that wonderful Tuesday morning, and I cannot wait to actually see it in a different theater with I don't care if it's a packed house or nobody's there. I want to try to see this movie at least a couple of more times in theaters. And it's definitely something I'm going to cherish, throughout the year. So, as a Star Wars fan, thank you to everybody involved. Star Wars The Force Awakens gets a 4.5 out of 5 from me. Thank you for watching this review. When you see the movie, come back, let me know what you thought. Let me know what you thought of Kylo Ren. Did you like the character? Did you think that it was a strong character? What did you think of Rey? Just any character. Let me know. Let me know what you thought of the film in general. Or if you're somebody for some reason watching this review and you don't care about Star Wars, why are you watching this review? Tell me why. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Go freaking see this movie and enjoy yourselves. Okay, so peace out. May the Force be with you. What?